father is black. My brother is black. My mother, my sisters, my aunts and uncles, my cousins, my niece and nephews, my friends, myself. How can I feel at ease? How can I feel peace of mind given the knowledge that my people suffer from the assaults of racial profiling, disrespect, knee-jerk reactions, and presumptive guilt? Black lives matter. George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland, Atatiana Jefferson, so many others. Police brutality must end. Systemic racism must end. White supremacy must end. I'm angry and exhausted, devastated and heartbroken. Yet I refuse to give up hope. I believe that together we will enact change. Together we can root out the disease of white supremacy and racism. Today, as the music industry calls for a Blackout Tuesday protest, I stand in alignment with my community, with my fellow artists, and our allies. However, I'm compelled to take this opportunity to express my frustration at the hypocrisy of my industry. For too many generations, the music industry has been complicit in the exploitation of Black creators, Black performers, Black art, and Black bodies. I've seen far too many Black artists suffer from poor health and poor living conditions with few options. They are victims of lopsided contracts and lousy deals, robbed of their royalties, unaware of and denied their publishing rights by an industry rife with people all too willing to steal from their artists. Far too many artists have had their creations usurped, used with no credit, or snatched through lowball business dealings. Too many careers have been thwarted by the greed and selfishness of those with leverage. Not merely because an artist had bad luck, was financially illiterate, or lived lives of flagrant debauchery, but by the willful greed and chicanery displayed by music industry leaders of all shades. This financial abuse is one of the markers of systemic racism, sexism, and white supremacy, and the music industry has been a happy participant since its inception. I've seen too many hardworking, talented musicians suffer from the indignity of bankruptcy, aged out of a youth-oriented business without any form of safety net, severance, or retirement fund. Before the prevalence of music streaming, the music industry was flush with cash, but little of it made its way past the gatekeepers, the biggest stars, or the stockholders, and into the hands of people actually creating, producing, arranging, orchestrating, recording, and performing the music. Now, in the era of streaming, artists of all shades are struggling to make ends meet, while corporations and labels continue to thrive. Corporations which profited from the exploitation of Black people must be held accountable and take steps to rectify the wrongs of the past. This Blackout Tuesday gesture, while well-intended, will ultimately be empty unless real change is made. Our community of musicians is diverse, beautiful, supportive, and loving. We are the example of how all communities can come together and heal. I implore the music industry, executives, successful recording artists, lawyers, agents, booking agents, the entire business to take a moment to consider real action to support Black people. Real action would involve reaching out to all of the Black artists who supported your recordings, your tours, Black people who handle your merchandising, marketing, security, etc. Check in on them. They're always there for you, sometimes even with little to no pay. Ask them how they're doing, how you can help, how you can be more of an ally. Investigate the work of independent artists. Go to platforms like Bandcamp, Patreon, Indiegogo, Kickstarter, and discover artists who are doing the work of creation and buy their music. Pay for it. Independent artists have taken a massive hit during this pandemic and have no source of income. All gigs and tours were canceled. You can help them. Change the structure of streaming. The algorithms are failing our artists. Artists cannot survive without being able to sell their music. Streaming is not sustainable for artists of any color. To all of my Black brothers and sisters, I share your pain. I honor the struggle for freedom and stand with you as we seek justice and demand decency from our elected leaders. Our anger, frustration, action, inaction, shouting, silence, expressions of all kind is valid. All of it is valid and necessary. I love you. I see you. I'm with you. To my allies of all shades, I encourage you to continue to learn about our struggle as Black people. Please read the works of Ta-Nehisi Coates, James Baldwin, Toni Morrison, and Bell Hooks as a start. I thank you for your words of love and support, your promises of commitment to the cause of making the United States live up to its promise. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Until we are all free, none of us